Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, and I hope you are well to join us this morning. It's chilly, but we are here managing. You just have to change the way you dress. You just have to change the way you do things and fit into the space. It's not that when it's cold, then you're just going to stay in bed and say things are cold. You have to dress up to the weather, and this is why change is really so great. Where are you watching us from? Where are you doing? What is it that you're doing today? So, good morning and welcome to this week's free mentorship academy, your weekly mindset gym, because we are saying we are here every day, Monday to Friday. We are here Monday to Friday. On Monday, we've got Reb Water. On Tuesday, that's me. And on Wednesday, we've got Mompreneurs, which is also a market where we are promoting everyone who wants to promote their products and services, including ourselves. We come and we promote our services because each one of us has got things that we do that we prepare for. So we come here and just promote those products and services. We also ask those people that are hearing us or listening to us every day for the last 5 years to just link in and say what you can be able to do on these platforms. We call them their free mentorship academy. But when you're big and you want to really promote your products and services, then there is a small fee that we do charge. On Thursday, we've got Dr. Nelly. And on Friday, it's a Wellness Friday where we come to say prevention is better than cure. And we just nourish you with the things that you need to live in this one body, which must carry you everywhere you go. And it is so amazing at what is happening with new image out there. So today, it's Tuesday, 8 hours to 8:30. I am Dr. Sunshine Sylvia B. Mwansa. I'm executive, personal, and institutional development consultant. And I enjoy doing this. When I'm developing people, I'm in my space. Today, we are continuing with our conversation on one of the biggest workplace and institutional issues we face, the trap of being busy but unproductive. Every day, no, I'm busy, but at the end of the day, you haven't really done something that you can tick that it has happened. So we just welcome you and just sit and listen of how you can prevent yourself from being in the trap of being busy but unproductive. Last week, we exposed 9 deep-rooted challenges, including resistance to change, endless unplanned meetings, being busy with nothing to show, firefighting in company politics. We looked at unclear job description. We dealt with lack of structure. We also looked at staying too long in denial. And this is actually one of the things that sometimes prevent us from being productive. Staying too long in denial. This cannot be happening to me. So you're just being on how you can prevent that thing from happening, but people are going places. And we also looked at not taking responsibility. Not taking responsibility is one of the things that has really put us down, where you actually just expect somebody else to do the work or somebody else to blame. So if we can be able to take responsibility, we'll be able to go in lots of places. And today, delayed, service delivery, we just, introduced it. And today is our focus on delayed service delivery. I promise we'll go deeper into this, 9th challenge because it is critical. And what makes this more urgent is the recent I was attending 3 days of the Invest in Zambia International Conference, which was hosted by ZDA. It was graced by His Excellency the President, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. He wanted these 3 national priorities, which he really emphasized on. And one of them is job creation. How are you going to develop job creation? Is for you not to delay delivery. How are you going to, the other one was business opportunities through joint ventures. How are you going to attract somebody to joint venture with you if you are not, part of the bigger picture? So even if there are many business opportunities, we have to be, that person who is out there wanting to do the things that is on the table, and on top of the table, not under the table. And also the other one, he talked about enhanced treasury contributions, and this we related it, with institutions like CEC and local councils managing the popular CDF funds. But none of these goals can be met if your systems are still operating on delayed responses, unclear processes, and reactive mindsets. So these, we are going to tackle it with our guest speaker. I am honored to introduce today's guest speaker, Mr. Fredsan Sichikolo, known to us as the generator in our mindset change program, process. Fredsan is not only a mindset change expert, but also a seasoned institutional reformist. He was part of a practical training with a bank where delayed service delivery was not just a topic. It was a lived experience that needed urgent mindset intervention. So in doing this, I would like to invite, Fredsan, our generator, and I just want to have these, questions. I'm just going to lump them on you, and you can take 20 minutes to execute them. One of them is, what does delayed service delivery look like? Then you can give us a snapshot of how this manifests, especially in government institutions and banks, and just generally. I will also ask you, what are the tangible costs of these delays using your experience? What mindset patterns feed this delayed culture? I will ask you just to explain how is being busy linked to poor delivery. We talked about unplanned meetings, firefighting, etc. How do these connect to delay? And we also give you just to talk about, what role does politics or unclear structure play? How can mindset change depoliticize service systems and create accountability? We also want to just touch on, what message do you have for institutions like CEC, CDF officers, and other institutions, those playing in the, who can play a big role now that we're in the post Invest Zambia momentum, and also give us mindset tools to reverse this. And then we will give it a rundown. So over to you, generator, and you've got 20 minutes to write. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone, from wherever you are watching and following from. It's yet indeed very important topic, Dr. Sunshine, the topic of delivery, service delivery, the delayed service delivery is quite important. And maybe I should say from the onset that this is what differentiates one country to the other, depending on how the systems work towards delivering the service on time. Now, I'm sure you have done justice in terms of introducing me. I don't need to repeat. Thank you so much. Talking about service delivery, delayed service delivery, and how it manifests. You see, when you go around in these service providers, government itself, private sector, the hotels, the banks, restaurants, mention them. The aspect of delayed service delivery is so serious such that you will start seeing a lot of frustration in the customer. When you look at wherever there is a bank, go in the hall, you find bank halls are full. It is a signal that there is delayed service that is happening in the bank. When you go to the government institutions, you see queues building up. It signals that there is a delay in the service delivery. The waiting rooms are full. Customers are being told, today, come tomorrow, we are not able to attend to you. And that in itself has a lot of implications. One of them point being the cost that it brings to both the customers as well as the institutions that provide the service. For the customer, when you are hearing statements of come tomorrow, definitely it is a double cost. If you are coming from a place where you have to incur transportation cost to reach to a service provider, and you receive a statement of come tomorrow, what that means therefore is that the money that you spent today, you need to spend it again tomorrow. And that inflates the cost of doing business. And that's what everyone is looking at. The cost of doing business is not just the price that we pay for the service that we get, but the inconvenience around the service that we want to receive. The come tomorrows, I always call them, are the killers of efficiency, because they frustrate the customers. They also make the customers spend unnecessarily. The come tomorrows, they are symptoms of delayed service delivery. For whatever reasons, we cannot provide the service today and now. Therefore, maybe try in the afternoon, try call me tomorrow. There's a hidden cost in that. And also, national productivity is affected to a greater extent because the man hours that are spent in the waiting
Hello, I think Fredsan is has frozen there, and I just want to just continue and saying what he is talking about. Being in the queue means there is delayed service delivery. Oh wow, you know, and these are the things that we don't really even think about. That when I am standing in a queue, there is service being delayed, and also when he says queue, it means there is service delivery. And service delivery is a critical component of what we are talking about. Because when he says, when somebody tells you, come tomorrow, when somebody says, come tomorrow, it simply means you are delaying, the things that somebody did to do today, they will have to do it again tomorrow. And these are some of the things that really, sometimes people, they have to even just say it without even thinking that come tomorrow, we can do this tomorrow. But it is today that you said you are going to do. And this is why the Mindset Change Process Program is big on time management. What are you going to do today? That is imperative. Imperative action steps means you are going to do that today. Important means these are the things that you planned to do. So you have scheduled a time in which you are going to do that. Whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing is that this thing that you are doing today is what really is that you plan to do. If you don't do it today, it means you have delayed the service that is supposed to be there. So when it comes to aligning your time or going to some place, that's why there is something that is called appointment. And in our Mindset Change program, we say, if you have to go to some place and have an appointment or somebody coming to you, you should be able to discuss things in less than an hour. Whatever it is that you've come to do or that you're doing, you will be able to do it in an hour. If you cannot do something in an hour, then it needs a workshop so that you can be able to manage what it is that you're talking about. As we wait for Generator to come back, it is an opportunity for us just to make sure that whatever it is that we are doing in our daily lives and in the things that we want to manage, we should be able to manage it in such a way that we are in tandem with the things that we have to undertake on each and every aspect of our life, because these are some of the things that really make us Generator, I can see Generator is trying to come back. These are some of the things that really make us be those people that let me just do this. Welcome back, Generator. Sorry about that. I know you are in a different office, in a different place, but we're happy that you've been able to come back. You can continue just re-emphasizing on being on a queue and also what our mindset change emphasizes on time management, where we are making things timely, and every appointment you should be able to do it less than an hour. Over to you.
Yeah, sorry, apologies, I lost the connection. We have a challenge of internet here, like I indicated earlier, so it keeps on dropping. But I was just trying to emphasize the point on the cost of this delayed service delivery at a personal level, company level, and up to national level, in terms of lobbing us with the man hours that we need to produce and make profits. So when you look at this, there is a certain of mindset pattern that normally feeds into the behavioral aspects of delayed service delivery. In the first place, it's an issue of people not taking responsibility. They are doing the job for the sake of the job, and also failure to link their job to the big picture. What is the outcome of their service delivery system? What are they trying to achieve as they work together in what they're calling an organization? So in most cases, find people are doing work and they end with their work in itself. They don't project that work to the bigger picture, the customer who wants that work, and what it will do when there's a delay, what will be the effect on the customer side. So that's the mindset change that perhaps if we start reflecting on my personal output into the customer satisfaction, I think that will help us going a long way in terms of addressing the behavioral aspects of individual workers, seeing the customer satisfaction as the end result of whatever we are doing. Now, there is an aspect of busy being busy, Dr. Sunshine, that you've explained earlier on. The issue of failure demand. Provided a service today, and if something did not go well, and the customer has to come back tomorrow for the same service. At that point, we are not dealing with a new demand anymore, but we are dealing with a demand because there's something that failed in our initial attempt, and that is failure demand. And we are busy avoiding new demand so that we can clear what is coming back from what we didn't do well yesterday. And most of organizations, normally you find they are so much busy, being busy, not adding value, but simply addressing the failure demand. Those repeat services, the certificate is not properly printed, the names are wrong, the details are wrong, someone has to come back. The bank account has failed to open, someone has to come back and make a follow-up. Occupying the same space and using the same system, but only to be dealing with failure demand about value addition. And people need to isolate value and waste so that they can know that this time around, we need to be adding value. This time around, we need to be reducing the waste. That is important. And then we talk about an aspect of politics in the working environment and how that affects the delivery of the service. You know, the effect of politics in the office environment, it actually channels focus of employees or officers to personal level interactions, putting a dark blanket on what is it that they are supposed to do to satisfy their customer. They end up trying to please one another in their work environment, just to make sure that they are comfortable in the work area, and they simply want to see that, for example, when you look about supervisor-subordinate relationship, you find the subordinates now are trying to simply follow through what the supervisor may be talking about, and just to satisfy one's interest. But at the end of the day, we are losing focus. We are losing the thing that we are supposed to be doing, adding value to the customer, and in the process, time is ticking. We are losing the customer satisfaction because we have a lot of delays in our processes. And in most cases, we have these issues that go on, and unfortunately, people who want to associate the number of people waiting in the queue or in the waiting areas to the level of authority they are holding to, in the organization, thinking that the more people I find waiting for me, That's a symbol of how that is a wrong issue in terms of mindset, because it doesn't mean that at the expense of the customer, you want to make things delay so that you can you can flex your muscles until I come, nothing will happen. That is a mindset issue that has to be dealt with. And indeed, we have now issues of CDF, we have issues of Citizen Economic Empowerment Commission, which are in the forefront, in the firing zone, so to speak. All the government services that we are now seeing being offered by the government itself, they have been decentralized through CDF, and also a lot of empowerment program investment opportunities have been pushed through to organizations that are responsible for giving out the service to the customer in terms of investment. Citizen Economic Empowerment Commission, they are in the forefront. And the delays in there, you know what they do? If I make an application today and I don't get the feedback, that application which was supposed to go into investment and create jobs, there will be that frustration, and eventually I may have just to drop the whole idea altogether, because investments have got time influence, they have a time factor. There is a time when I expect to make money in this direction. Once that time goes beyond, I begin to see that investment as not worthwhile, and that's how we lose out even on the issues of creating jobs, because when we make a plan and we don't get the response, we end up getting frustrated and also leave out our plans maybe for another time. Speak of that to the investor confidence, it is a deal breaker. People have to come into Zambia, they interact with government services, they interact with the citizens. The speed at which we respond to these interactions is very, very important. It makes or breaks the economic equation, because no one would want to waste time. From the investment point of view, time is money. You wouldn't want to waste time going through circles just to get investor license, for example. You simply go elsewhere where they're going to attend to you in a more urgent manner, and that is how we lose investment opportunities and we end up with no job creation in the economy. And that is very important, that we need to always guard against. Now, in the interest of time, Dr. Sunshine, I want to indicate that the DNA of any growth in a company is premised on the quality, cost, and the delivery. Quality, cost, and the delivery. If any company, any organization wants to grow, these are the key parameters that must be checked, and checked to ensure that they are always in good order. No one wants poor quality. No one wants a service that is beyond the cost. No one wants to receive a service beyond the time that they want a service. You can think of that even when you are the customer yourself. You want only quality at a lower cost and delivered on time. So these three factors, they interact and they reinforce each other to determine the level of satisfaction that the customers will get from the service providers. So companies I should encourage them that they need to always check what is their level of quality. Delayed quality is always bad quality. That's what we say. If I don't do my work today, there is always a ripple effect that will end up inflating the cost. When the president says lower the cost, he doesn't mean reducing the price for a service. He means to deal with the inconvenience that surrounds the service delivery. Like I indicated already, they come tomorrow's. They actually make the cost that is free to be a cost that you have to pay for accommodation. And you can actually bring the cost of the room. If you are coming from Livingstone, you want to have a service in Lusaka, you can actually end up booking up a room so that you don't go back and, come back tomorrow for the same service. So even things that are for free, when they are delayed, they have a cost. And that cost is not good for the customer. It simply inflates the cost of doing business, and that is not good. So these three factors, quality, cost, delivery, they can help us to reverse this attitude of delay, this culture of delay. We need to know that the quality must be right, the cost must be reasonable,
Yes, generator is talking about really real things, real issues. We need to refrain from postponing or ignoring tasks. This will lead to delayed service delivery. I like one thing where he says free service, where they say, okay, come and get forms, come and get this, and you find that it's free delivery. But then it is taking so long, it's a cost. I like that point. You can go ahead, generator.
Yeah, actually, I was throwing it back to you. I was simply giving a summary to say if we are to reverse this culture of delay, everyone needs to reflect on the cost, everyone needs to reflect on the quality, everyone needs to reflect on the delivery and the effect of these when they are not in order on the customer we are serving. The customer is a king. For them to give us their money, they must be satisfied in terms of time, in terms of the cost itself, and in terms of the quality we are providing. Thank you so much.
Wow, 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 wow. This is just so fantastic, generator. And I mean, I think we actually need to do a class just to understand this. This is why we are losing out on contracts. We are losing out on repeat business. Because when we do not have repeat business, it means your customer was not satisfied, so they go away. So what are the takeaways that we have on this delayed service delivery? Delayed service isn't just inefficiency. It's lost opportunity, and this is what was being emphasized. It's lost opportunity. A mindset of ownership, agency, and clarity can break the pattern. Productivity is built on action, not intention. A lot of us have got intention of doing something, but we do not do it. We are delaying, the action. So productivity is not going to be the result. Now, we cannot just say all these things without call to action. This week, identify one delayed task or service under your watch. And I want to repeat that. This week, starting on Tuesday, identify one delayed task or service under your watch and push it through with excellence. Let's become institutional generators, not institutional blockers. A lot of us actually even block service delivery. So we are actually urging you today to become institutional generators and not institutional blockers. If there's that pending something, there's pending MOU to be signed, there's pending service to be delivered, there's pending action, all those files that you've been putting on pending. I remember when I used to work, in Chibote Group, we never had pending files, pending folders on your desk. It had to go to someone who is supposed to actually find that information so that it's not pending on your desk, it's pending on that someone who is supposed to give you the information because they're doing research, you're doing what, you want to give someone. So if you are not the one that is researching on that, the file should not stay with you, waiting for someone to give you feedback. Go there and demand for that feedback because we want excellence. So we are supposed to actually be institutional generators by making sure that that file that is sitting with you is not, by making sure that you do not have a queue. I remember once upon a time in a bank where you go in a bank and then it's actually, you can even see because right now there's glass, everywhere. You can see it's an open space. You can see that there's a queue. And I remember, one time, managers coming from, people who do back office, people who approve, they come to the front to help. And sometimes you even see empty service booths. Meantime, there's one, and meantime, there's a queue. I mean, that I think should come to an end because that is service delivery. And if you're provided for good service, go and use that so that your customers can be happy. And to say this, we are planning our next cohort from 5th to 7th August. And we're calling on all those people that want to have that good service delivery to register and come and start the process. Plan to start your mindset change process to be in the correct service delivery. And just this, we like to, to thank you for this, being on this platform. And we come here just to give back to the things that we know, we believe are there. and thanking Generator, who is actually not even in the station, because this is how excited he is. And I just even wanted you to even tackle, that brain in the, that fish thing that you drew when we were having, the class. I think we are going to do, okay, we will reserve that to the people that are coming to the cohort, so you can come and explain in detail how service delivery, you, the man yourself, is actually the one that is causing the service, being delayed. And these programs are powered by SBM Training and Consulting Institute, where we are sharing experience and knowledge in entrepreneurship. We call them cocktail chats with Sunshine Sylvia, where tough talks mean transformation. We come from your bedroom to your office and to your family in all the sectors of life. We want you to, to start your day. And, we really emphasize on family and home, because that's where life starts and that's where it ends. We will talk about mental and education, because like these programs come under mental and education, where we are saying every single time that we are here, we are learning, and every day is a learning, platform. So mental and education is big on this platform. Then we also look at your financial and career. We want to develop your financial and career, because without you managing your finances and your career, you're not going to be able to run your home properly. You're not going to read. You're not going to be in that personal development arena. We also want you to live a healthy life. So we are big on physical and health, where we actually tackle all the things that need us to be able to to manage our body, so that when we are well, we can do proper family and home, we can celebrate successes, and we can be able to just move from there. We also are big on aligning our spiritual well-being, because as you know, Zambia is a Christian nation and there's scramble for Jesus. But how ethical are we in managing all the things that we want to do is another question that we tackle here, and we align. And then the sixth wheel of life is the social and cultural, where the social is just talking about your networks. Who are in your networks? How are you going to manage your networks? And who is going to be there when you need something at their networks? Then the cultural part, our values that we carry. Every day when we wake up, you've got a value that they place on you. They would say, oh, this person cannot be able to do this person cannot be able to do that. So all that, it's you managing in 24 hours, and we help you align and put activities in the wheel of life. And when you do that, we're saying you're on your way to a total human being, a wealthy human being that is living in abundance, just like the way God wants everyone to live in abundance. So for today, thank you, Generator. He's even disappeared, but I'm sure he's listening. We are so happy that you managed to speak to us. Until next time, next Tuesday, look out for a burning topic arising from the things that we want to do, the three critical areas of job creation, business opportunities, and economic growth, enhancing economic growth in our country. And have a very good sunshine morning, and be warm and take care. Thank you so much.